Hello everyone and welcome to the USA. We're in Yankton, South Dakota, and it's time for the World Archery Indoor Championships, a once every 2-year event to crown world champions for the discipline of indoor archery, an 18-meter affair. An energetic crowd is on hand as we set the stage for senior compound competition. We have teams and individual matches coming at you, where we'll award bronze, silver, and gold medals throughout the day. And here, let's take a look at what we have coming up. It's the compound women's team competition, as we are going to be shooting for bronze and for gold. And it's Canada versus Mexico in this one, as we set the stage to get this competition underway in this afternoon program.
Shooting for the bronze medal. On target, number 2, the team of Mexico. Rosalia Dominguez, Brenda Merino, Linda Ochoa Anderson. And here come their opponents. Please welcome Team Canada. Representing Canada and shooting for the bronze medal, Fiona McLean, Madison Hart, Dawn Grushko, .24 arrows shot under the supervision of World Archery line judge Jerry Stranby will be deciding which of these teams.
All right, hello everyone and welcome to the booth. I'm Greg, sitting alongside me, Crystal Gauvin, ranked number 2 in compound women's archery for many, many years in this discipline. Now switch over to recurve, but joining me in the booth, the 2-time silver medalist in world championships. Crystal, welcome.
Thanks, Greg. Happy to be here.
So we're going to get right into shooting here for this bronze medal match. Mexico versus Canada. Mexico will start us off with the first 3 arrows. At 9, so 18 meters downrange. They're shooting at a 10 ring. In the yellow, the circle in the middle, about 2 centimeters in diameter. Bottom left part of your screen, there's a clock. Each team has 120 seconds to shoot 6 arrows total. Linda Ochoa Anderson turned around taking a look at that. She thought that hit the 10 ring. Bit of a surprise. Clock management critical in team rounds, Crystal.
Shooting. Go Dawn, nice and strong here.
You hear those calls from the coaching box. We have the coaches mic'd up for you.
Nice, beauty. Lots of time, Madison. Strong shot.
Dawn Grushko with a fist pump after her shot. Madison Hart with a 9. The team from Mexico will step back on the line as the clock continues to tick down. And the next 3 arrows.
Bien, bonito, bien, muy bien, muy bien.
Bien, bien, bien, bien. No sobre el tiempo.
Under 10. So Linda with a couple of uncharacteristic 9s. With time winding down, you can see Mexico is left with 2 seconds on the clock.
Strong finish. Shoot your shot.
Our scoring, that's called as a 10.
Here. It's all good. Lots of time. Strong shot. Got it.
So there's one arrow in question right now for the Mexican team.
Nice deep breath. We got it. Just keep shooting your shot.
So a little encouragement from the coach.
There's tons
And
of
Crystal,
time.
since you're sitting here right now, let's talk about team rounds.
Oh, did you get
How many
yourself?
arrows do we shoot? How many ends are we shooting? What's the scoring like?
So as you saw, each team will shoot 3 arrows. It rotates to the other team and then back for 3 arrows. So a total of 6 per end, and then 4 ends of those 6 arrows for a possible 240 points total.
All right, so let's take a look at some of the replays and tell me what you think you're seeing here. Looks like pretty good shots for you.
Yeah, I think the Mexican team, their shots looked very consistent against them. The one thing I did see on the Canadian side, the last shooter, definitely a real quick shot, so probably a little bit of nerves there.
All right, so a good look at the Mexican team here. So we await the official scoring to roll in, as there is that 9 asterisk. That means that...
Oh, and they got it?
Yep, they got it. So we have tie score. All square, 57-57. Again, like Crystal said, 6 arrows per end, and we shoot 4 ends. It's cumulative scoring. Unlike if you watch recurve archery, where they have set point scoring system, this is just point for point. If we come to the end of that 4th end, and it's all tied up, then we go to a shoot-off, where all 3 archers can shoot. Closest to the middle or score wins.
Score first and then closest to the center.
So we'll explain that if we have that particular situation. So arrows being pulled right now. Once judge indicates that Mexico will start first. And our first shooter will be Brenda Marino.
Bien, bonito día. Perfecto. Hoy cuidamos al final. Bien, bonito. Mínimo.
This shot called as a 10-9 liner, so a 9 asterisk next to hers.
Beautiful. Strong shot, Don. Ear. Beautiful. Keep got it, Madison. Strong shot. Lots of time. You got it.
Just
out. It's all good. Tons of time.
Listo.
9.
Cuida el final, Rosa. Bien.
9.
Dale uno más abajo. Vamos a darle uno más abajo. ¿Ok? Bien, bonito, bien.
Good strong shot from Linda Ochoa Anderson. So Mexico right now with a 113, possibly a 114. Canada also has a 9 asterisk arrow on the last arrow shot of their first 3. A lot of English on that release.
Strong shot, Don. Ear. You got it.
Nine.
15. Lots of time. Strong shot.
Keep an eye on that clock.
5, 4.
9.
She lets that one fly, and that's a 9. So 2 arrows right now in question for Canada, 1 for Mexico. Let's listen to see what the judge has to say.
Target
Breath
1.
Canada's fourth arrow from here looks like there's a gap. Does not look like they'll get
10, 10,
good chance Mexico might get
9,
as well.
10, 9, 9.
Okay, so they didn't get one of the calls. One of the calls was 9, the other one was a 10. So I'll take them to 114.
9, 9, 10, 10, 9. Ten. 9. I say 57.
Almost sounds like they got a 115 instead of a 113 on that one. Let's take a look at some replays here, Crystal. So we take a look at the shooters, their style, and the release.
You definitely saw she had to get that off quick and wasn't happy with it. Linda, beautiful follow through on that.
Here's a look at the size of the target. So they're 18 meters downrange. The target size is 40 centimeters, and what they're shooting at is smaller than a United States quarter. It's 2 centimeters. So think about that. The diameter of the arrows are shooting 23s. I mean, it looks like a long way away, doesn't it?
It does.
Especially on center stage like this. So arrows are going to be pulled, and when it's all done and dusted, things got sorted out. We're all tied up one more time at 114 apiece. So each team dropping 3 points in that last end. So here we go into the third of 4. Mexico will start again, as they were the first team to shoot. And as we stayed at a tie score, the first team to shoot will shoot first.
And they get to shoot first because they were the higher seeded team.
Bien, excelente. Bien tirado, bien tirado. Bien, bonito 10. Bien, bonito 10.
Mexico qualified in the 3rd place position. Canada in the 5th place position.
Seguimos con el codo.
Good shot by Linda.
10. Bien.
They have it listed as a 9 asterisk, but looked pretty good from where we were sitting. Looks like a good 10.
You got it. It's all good. Strong. Beautiful. You got it, Dawn. Ear.
Fiona McLean, 52 years old. In her 8th World Archery match. Now we have Dawn Grosco. Good shot by Dawn, who hasn't been in a match of this level since 2011.
It's all good.
In Salt Lake City, where they finished 3rd in team competition.
Beautiful.
And Madison Hart, 21 years old. Crystal, you're just shaking your head. Why? Because she just rips it, huh?
Yeah, that was another really quick one.
That leaves Linda with not a lot of time on the clock. The Mexican team telling me that they understand that they shoot late. 5 seconds. Wow, with 1 second left on the clock, Linda got that one off. I think the arrow hit just as the buzzer was going off.
Yeah, Linda's used to that, luckily, for her being in that last position.
Crystal, if that buzzer went off and Linda didn't get that arrow off in time, what happens?
That arrow would be scored as 0, and their highest scoring arrow would also be removed.
Wow. So a good shot from Linda Ochoa Anderson to get that one off. Canada, though, right now is absolutely shredding this target.
You'll see Dawn hit that same hole multiple times.
5,
ticking.
4.
Wow, come on! That was incredible. I mean, that's like a 4-second shot process, Crystal.
Yeah, that was great.
Wow. Love all around for the Canadians.
Thank you.
What a shot. What a team effort. A perfect 60 score.
And that end very well could be the difference in this match.
So wait to hear the 1-point difference in terms of really think that Linda Ochoa Anderson's first shot was a 10.
Agreed.
It looked like it's in there, so you're probably going to see a 174 to 170 score heading into this final end. Now it is 6 arrows per end, and anything can happen. There's no doubt about it.
But we see the Canadian ladies are nice and loose. They're laughing. They're having a good time out there. Fun fact about this Mexican team, these exact 3 women shot together in 2014. They were the world champions at the Indoor World Championships in Nîmes, France in 2014. Took out actually my team.
That seemed painful for you to say. Of course it is. But of course, this 2018 World Archery Indoor Championships is, like I mentioned at the top of the program, it's once every 2 years to crown a world champion. And we are in the NFA Easton Yankton Archery Center, a spectacular place to come and shoot your bow if you're into archery, especially when the warmer weather rolls around. 3 entire field courses, 28 targets per course. Plenty of place to shoot your bow long distance. There's 3D archery. You can shoot inside here where we are. You can go all the way back to 90 meters, about 100 yards. You can shoot indoors.
Yeah, just a great facility here.
Yep, plus the NFA museum is here.
Tell you to stop
So you can-
eventually.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, you can check out all of old archery stuff if you're into that sort of thing. All right, so here we go. Down 4 points as it was confirmed by World Archery, by the officials. We're going to start things off. Mexico down by 4.
That's the start they needed.
Ahí entró.
It's called a 10-9 liner. That one looked a little low to me.
¿Cuánto le dice, no? ¿Cuánto le dice ahorita arriba? 1. No más que 1. Bien, bonito, bien, muy bien. Bien tirado.
So Mexico not letting up in this one, putting a little pressure on Canada. These first couple arrows are going to tell the story.
You got it, Don. Strong shot. Year. You got it, Madison. Straight back.
Canada has some wiggle room, but and 9.
It's all good, ladies.
Canada giving
Remember
some
your
points back to
process,
the
you
Mexican
got this.
team.
Mexico possibly only 1.
On our scorecard, 2 points.
Bien, bonito, bien, muy bien, Brenda. Brenda.
Here comes Mexico.
Muy bien eso.
They're trying to pour it on. Salia Dominguez with a 10-9 liner. Again.
Donde mismo el otro.
And once again, Linda Ochoa Anderson steps up at full draw, only 8 seconds on the clock now. Man,
Another close one.
that makes my heart pound every time she does that. But again, with that time crunch, that's part of the team competition.
Beautiful. Go, Don.
Canada
Strong
needed that
shot.
one for
Here.
sure.
Nice finish. You got it. Beautiful. Go, Madison.
Right now on the
Straight back.
scoreboard,
Lots
it's
of
a
time.
6-point advantage with
You got it.
9 asterisks, so 2 question marks for Mexico.
10.
9.
It's all good.
Right now it looks like
It's all good.
Canada has this as the winner. Let's hear what the officials say.
9, 9, 9, 10, 10, 9. Target 2.
So confirmed for Canada
10,
with that 3-point advantage.
Oh, thank you. Good, thank you. Good shooting.
I don't know if you noticed, Greg, picked up on the coach's cam, on the coach's mic that end. One of the archers, I believe from Canada, mentioned she had a tough time seeing her level. So if you see the arrows going left and right, that's generally a good sign that their bubble's off a little bit, and it can be tricky in lighting conditions in these final venues.
Explain a little further what you're talking about, a level, bubble. What are those things?
So with the compound bow on your sight scope level, you have a level just like level you'd use in your house, and that allows you to make sure you're not torquing your bow, angling it left or right. You're holding it straight every time.
So congratulations to the team from Canada as they will take the bronze medal here at the 2018 World Archery Indoor Championships in Yankton, South Dakota. And they will ultimately, at the end of the day, have a victory by 2 points over Mexico. Quite a display we saw, especially with the first half of that fourth end, as Canada shot a 60 in the third end and then came out shooting 999. We thought the door was open for Mexico, but they were able to regroup, and those 210s that they shot kept them in the lead. So some highlights from what we saw. Close competition and cheers all around for the bronze medal for the team from Canada. As we take a look at our compound women team's brackets, you can see Canada with the victory, but in our final, it's going to be Russia versus the United States of America. This promises to be a great match.
Please welcome the competitors for the compound women's team gold medal final. Shooting for the gold medal, on target number 2, the team of the United States of America. Mary Ham, Paige Pierce Gore, Brianna Theodore. And here come their opponents. Shooting for the gold medal on target number 1, please welcome the team of the Russian Federation. Natalia Avdieva, Victoria Balzanova, Alexandra Savinkova. 24 arrows conducted under the supervision of World Archery judge David Catalan will decide which of these teams will take gold and who settles for silver at the World Archery Indoor Championship.
All right, so we're
here.
getting ready for this match, and there's so many good stories to tell, but one we have to. Crystal, you know that Paige Pierce Gore was in the hospital last night with some food poisoning until early hours of the morning and only got a few arrows of practice in.
Yeah, I actually was the one that took her. We spent about 3 hours in the ER overnight, so she's definitely not feeling 100%.
So we'll see how her team can pick her up. So here we go. So Victoria starts us off shooting the middle target. 29-year-old Avdieva, well known on the World Cup circuit. 102 matches to her credit, 27th in the world. Savinkova also really strong on the circuit, ranked 15th in the world. Now here's Mary Ham. She steps up to the line. The first woman ever to shoot over a 1400 score.
Outdoors full FIDA, yep.
Yep.
Good score by Mary. Also the first woman to ever shoot a perfect 900 score in Las Vegas.
Short and strong.
Brianna Theodore, 18 years old.
Let's go, Paige.
She actually just competed in the Junior World Championships this fall.
Good shot.
Fresh out of the ER, and she drains that one. A 1-point advantage for the U.S. team. Halfway through the first end.
Just out. A millimeter out of 10.
Now she's just coming off the World Cup final indoor win in Vegas.
Let's go, Mary. Strong shot.
All right, so Mary Ham back up to the line for the United States. A well-decorated archer, especially early on in her career, has taken some time off to raise a family and now decided back in competition.
Good shot.
Some of you may know her by her maiden name, Mary Zorn. She was a junior until she got married around 2005.
Good shot.
Just out. 9 points.
Still good. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6. Good
shot.
shot.
In the coach's boxes, U.S. recurve archer Mackenzie Brown. See Mackenzie on the right, joined us here yesterday in the booth.
Looks like a 10.
It's always when you're on camera, isn't it, Crystal?
Oh, they got Mackenzie to dance. They were betting whether she would or not.
This is really the way that these team competitions work. As we take a look at some of the highlights and the concentration of Paige Pierce-Gore. Usually you see her bouncing around and smiling, and she's just trying to muster up all the energy she can to shoot these arrows.
Yep, she's just trying to get some fluids in her system and stay hydrated.
Now looking at Bree there, she has that left eye kind of mostly closed. Is that an eye dominance issue with her, or is that just the way she prefers to shoot?
I think it's just a bit of a clarity issue for her. You'll see it's not completely closed, but just she gets a little bit more fine-tuned by kind of squinting that eye.
There's the smile we're used to seeing from Paige. 58-55. The Russian Federation will start us off. So this is the beginning of end number 2, shooting for compound women's team gold.
And it has a 9 on that shot.
That looked like it broke the 9 line. Crystal, as you know, as long as it's touching the line, the higher value gets awarded.
10 points.
That was a very clean shot. You saw her release come back.
Natalia Abdieva, that was on the top target. Just a little low for Savinkova. Mary Ham lighting it up. Bree getting a little violent with her equipment.
Forgot her bow pod, just like the junior men did this morning.
Good shot. That's what we want. Just repeat it. Keep going. It's fine. You're good.
The key in team round is just don't freak out when something happens. You just keep going.
Close one for Paige.
You might fit a frog hair in between there.
I can't help but laugh at that one.
Yeah, but just leave it.
Straight from Texas.
You're good. It's a good shot.
Yeah.
See, she's shooting an index release just like Paige.
More often you see that with hunters, actually, but very effective in target competition if it works for you.
Let's go, Mary.
Great shooting from Russia.
You'll hear her being called Pinky, and you see her pinky up by her eye, and that's actually when she learned to shoot back tension. She was so afraid of punching herself in the face, she would draw at a real weird angle and had to move her hand back over around, and that's where that comes from.
Let's go, Bree. I'd be hanging a little right. You might be hanging a little right if you want to. Good shot. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
And that's a 9, just out.
That was a well-executed shot with that clock counting down. Was the tension wanted, so the U.S. only able to capitalize or to grab 2 10s on that one to Russia's 4. So that leaves us with a 1-point deficit with no line calls from the judges, meaning no asterisks. So it's a pretty solid score.
And when you get down short on time like that, that's where strength really becomes an issue. If you're a little weak and a little shaky, it's going to be tough to shoot a 10.
Yes. Shoot second.
Let's take a look at some highlights here. Solid form right there. Good shot. What do you think?
Yeah, it looked really nice. Look at that concentration, those eyes.
She stares that target down too, doesn't she? Gets that arrow to where it needs to go. So this team, obviously, Crystal, Mary Ham was a bit of a surprise, I think, for a lot of people for the qualifications to get on this U.S. team, just to come to this event, wasn't she?
I think for some people, but I wasn't surprised at all. I actually expected, when I started shooting compound, I had a lot of women tell me about her and how she was really the greatest of all time on the women's side.
And that she is.
Someone of that caliber isn't going to show up unprepared to a trials event.
We can't go through her entire resume here, but Mary Ham, look her up on Wikipedia and you'll see. But back to the Russian team.
9
This team, this is their first time shooting together in team competition, so practice critical on their timing. No coach in their coach's box.
Yeah.
For a lot of these teams, it's a self-funded trip, so no extra staff,
Yeah.
coaches, physio, anything like that.
Good shot.
That was pretty.
You know, Crystal, it looks like Natalia Abdieva, who's probably has the most experience on this team. I mean, Savinkova as well, ranked higher in the world, but it looks like Natalia's kind of being coach as well.
Yeah, she's been around the circuit for a long time. I shot a lot with her when I was on the World Cup circuit.
Great shot.
Let's go, Bree. Strong shot. Finish all the way there. Yep. Got it.
Good shot.
One more click down. You're good. It was good timing. Just one.
Just look how still her front
Yep.
stabilizer is.
Good.
Just has it working for her, huh? Even with the drain of energy. Rumor has it she's got to go back to the ER after this and get another IV.
Possibly, yes.
That's now 10 points, or 9 points, sorry. 9. Liner just out is 9.
Let's go, Mary. Strong shot.
Good shot by Savinkova. And a good look at her grip
Strong
on her
finish.
bow.
Definitely very unique for a compound shooter. You see her hand curled all the way around.
In contrast to Mary's hand right there.
9.
Just barely out. It's a good shot. Let's go, Bree. Shoot your shot. Yep.
10 points.
Good shot. It's good. That was really good timing.
A little bit more time on the clock this time around.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6.
10 points.
Beautiful.
Good shot.
Give it that time. Paige
There you
delivers.
All right, Sicko.
So at the moment we have 170 to 173 with one of the arrows for Russia in question. So that might be bumped up to a 171 as we head into our final end of regulation shooting.
Russian team looking very
9,
serious.
9, 10.
Okay, so
10,
for the Russian
10,
team it's called
10,
9-9-10.
9, 10,
So they did not
10.
get that line call, so it'll stay at 170. So it'll be a 3-point advantage for the USA.
Russia's score stands at 170. The United States with a 3-point lead. Let's hear it for your favorite teams, ladies and gentlemen. Divide. Russia.
If you look at Paige,
USA.
Woo!
both so steady.
You keep going. You got it.
I know she said on the drive-in today, thank goodness I'm not a recurve shooter.
Oh. Yeah, it's a different level of energy, as you know, trying to make the switch from compound to recurve with dreams of Olympic gold dancing through your head for the 2020
All right,
Olympic
Bree,
Games
just
in
keep shooting
Japan.
your shot, okay?
So the final end of regulation scoring. 170, 173, 6 arrows apiece, 4 gold.
really need a strong start here.
Nine balls.
See the flinch?
Mm-hmm.
Uncharacteristic for Avdieva. Little flinch. Great shot.
Let's go, Mary. Good strong shot. Finish all the way there. Yep. Good
Beautiful
shot. Let's go, Bree. Shoot your shot. Good shot. And on the top.
Got
You
that
got it.
line. Got an 8th shaft in.
Yep.
Great shot by Paige.
That'll do.
That one looks just outside. Officially, they're calling it a 9-10 liner.
They've had so many close ones, they're just not catching the lines.
Good shot.
Let's go, Mary. Shoot your shot all the way there.
It's now about a 23 points.
It's about a 3-point advantage right now.
Yep. Let's
You
go,
tell
Bree.
Mary Ham wanted to come back to archery
Shoot your
in one
shot
way
all the way
to
there.
put gold medal around her neck.
Yep. Good shot. Let's go, Paige.
All they have to do is hit the target to win.
Ten, 9, 8.
She
Yep.
does it in fine style.
Perfect 60 to close out the match.
Wow. Not that a trip to the emergency room, you know, that's going to make that any better, but it's got to be a little bit nicer for the team from the USA and Paige Gore. Straight from the emergency room to the top step of the podium. And a great shooting by the Russian Federation as well.
And they have some young shooters on their team as well, so should be a bright future for them.
So the World Championship. The World Champions are the United States of America for the compound
You wanna
women's
do
team
a-
gold
Do a victory.
over Russia.
All right, guys, all get together for the pictures.
Once again, please congratulate Russian Federation silver medal winners.
Russia will take home the silver on their long trip.
Champions of the world.
And the good news about what's going on with this is that we will jump straight to award ceremonies.
All right. Good job.
Well, Crystal, what'd you think?
They're going to go backstage, strip off their quivers fast, and run back out for their medals.
What'd you think about the performance from Mary Ham?
Mary looks steady as a rock up there, just solid the whole match.
She only dropped 2 points the entire match. Looking at the tally for the United States, they shot a 58 in the first, 56, then a 59 and 60. So they came on really strong towards the end of that match to close it out. 233 to 226, the total tally. And this is what it'll look like for the 2018 World Archery Indoor Championships. For compound women's team, USA the gold, Russia the silver, and Canada will take home the bronze. So, Crystal, what'd you think about the shoot from Team USA?
Great to see another gold medal. That's 4 on the day. So 3 teams and an individual by Cassidy.
And we will see Natalia Avdieva. She's in the gold medal match for individual for gold, as well as Dawn Grosco from Canada. She'll be competing in women's bronze as well. So you have 2 archers in there, Sarah Sonicson and Yashim Ostan, who have not had the opportunity to come out into this field of play. So I would say at least first arrow advantage is going to go to them. So it's now time for our award ceremony. Let's get it going.
Ladies and gentlemen, the victory ceremony for the compound women's team event. Medals will be presented by the National Field Archery Association Foundation President, Bruce Cull. Gifts will be presented by Mount Marty College Athletic Director, Chris Casson. Bronze medal representing Canada. Dawn Grosco. Madison Hart. Fiona McLean. Silver medal representing the Russian Federation. Natalia Avdieva. Victoria Balzanova. Alexandra Savenkova. Gold medal, world champions, the United States of America. Mary Ham. Paige Pierce Gore. Brianna Theodore. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the national anthem of the United States of America. Please congratulate our competitors.
Once again, congratulations to the United States on their gold medal match, and really a gritty performance by Paige Pierce-Gore, having to dig deep to shoot her arrows, all 8 of them, but 233 to 226 over Russia for gold. As the crowd continues to shift around here, waiting the next match, let's take a look at what we have on tap. It's the compound men's team competition, the bronze medal match between the Netherlands and Croatia. And you can see Croatia got defeated by Italy. Netherlands fell to the United States, and that puts them in competition for the bronze. And coming up after, we'll have the U.S. versus Italy. But right now, all focus on this bronze medal match.
Compound men's team bronze medal final. Shooting for the bronze medal on target number 2, the team of Croatia, Domagoj Budin, Ivan Marks, Mario Vavro. Here come the contenders. Please welcome the Flying Dutchman, Netherlands. World record holder Peter Elzinga, Sil Potter, and Mr. Perfect, the man with the perfect score, Mike Schlusser. Competition will be proceeding under the supervision of World Archery Judge Ahmed Rushdie, and it'll be Netherlands shooting first on target number 1 as we're about to get underway.
All right, so this match getting underway, a very talented field of archers. The Croatian team has shot together a couple of times, 4 or 5 times, Domagoj Budin, Ivan Marques, and Mario Vavro. As we take a look at the total points scored, so each archer has an individual qualification round, and they combined those 3 archers together, and that's how we got the qualification. As you can see, Croatia qualified 6th, the Netherlands in 4th.
Croatia was a little bit further down in the rankings than you would expect, and that's because one of the guys actually had an arrow across the 3-meter line and got a miss for that.
Yeah, that if he had shot that 10, that would have taken them to 4th place or 3rd.
Hard loose. That's Mike. Laat me maar hangen. Zeg, laat me maar hangen. Goed jongen. Perfect jongen.
That was Sil Potter,
Vol onder op een lijn. Prima jongen.
24 years
Tussendoor
old.
alleen maar goed doorademen. Gewoon je hartslag onder controle houden, verder niks. Niet focussen op resultaat, gewoon. Ja, dat is prima. Zijspeed. Ja.
There's a very familiar name on the World Cup circuit, Peter Elzinga. Looking a little different with that beard, 37 years old. As is this archer, Mario Vavro.
Some of you might remember him from a few years ago, the Vegas shoot. He had the dreadlocks.
Sure did. Yeah, he made the final shoot a couple of years ago. Zamogoy Budin, 20 years old, ranked 9th in the world. His father in the coaching box. Now here's Ivan Marques.
Visoka 3 mm.
A little high for Marques. The elder statesman on the team, 37 years old.
Ah, lekker. Handloos jongen.
Mike Schlusser drains it. We'll see Mike later on in the gold medal match individual. And now Sil.
Kan gebeuren, volgende wereld jongen. Snel vergeten. Blijf een lijn werken. Blijf bij je techniek.
Shot for Peter Elzinga.
2 seconds left on the clock.
Currently ranked 18th in the world and able to get that shot off under pressure. Croatians have also drained their clock, so we'll see if Zamogoy Budin is able to get this shot off in good time.
Definitely looked like he was rushing a little on that one.
So now from Marques, he goes back to full draw and it's into single digits. 2 seconds to go. Looks like a 10-9 liner. The judges will have to determine that one, as the Netherlands look like they have a 59 score. Could be a 58 for Croatia. We'll listen in on the judges.
10, 10, 10, 10, 9, 10.
Nisam rekao da je bio loš, ali bio malo i...
10, 10, 9, 10, 9.
Competition doing very well. Field archery as well as target archery. Netherlands has been a powerhouse in both forms of archery, both recurve and combat.
Okay. So they get that call. So that is a 10 on that final arrow for the Croatian team. So now it'll be 1 point advantage to the Netherlands as we head into the second end after arrows are marked and then pulled. Yeah.
Good look at it right there.
Yeah. I don't think there's any question. And once again, if you're new to archery watching for the first time, as long as your arrow touches that line, you get the higher point score, the higher point tally for that arrow. A good look at Mike Schlusser, they call him Mr. Perfect because in a qualification round, their 60 arrow shot, and he was the first person in history to shoot a perfect 600 score. It's since been done by another athlete.
Has it?
Yeah, you didn't know that?
I didn't. I know Mike's done it 3 times.
Yeah. It was also done a few months ago by Stefan Hansen.
Where was that at?
It was in Europe somewhere. I don't know. I forget. Mario Vavro delivers.
A little surprised by their order here, putting who I would call their least experienced shooter last.
Marquez with a good solid 10. Right at the 60-second mark as well.
Lekker Mike. Komt toch nog beter.
As we
That
just sit
one
here,
hole in that pool.
just shaking our heads. Just an incredible shooter when he's in the groove. Just no stopping. Mike Schlusser.
Ja, hetzelfde gaat als net.
Shot by Sil.
Kom aan de Peet. Ja, netjes jongen.
Didn't look like that was going to be a 10 by the look on Peter's face.
No, I think it went off a little early on him.
Doet het wel.
They're calling it a 10-9 liner. Out the top for Damagui. Ivan delivers on that one. So 116 on the board, but possibly 117. Judges will have to decide that.
Ja, netjes jongen.
You'll see he hit in that hole again. That's what you hear compound archers talking all the time about, how that first arrow is important. Get a good hole to aim at.
Ja, netjes jongen. Blijf goed in lijn werken, hè. Verder niks. Je doet het echt prima. Lekker tempo. Niks anders dan voor, recht naar voren, achter, recht naar achter. Ja, lekker jongen.
Good shot with the pressure on. So all 3 of these archers for the Netherlands delivering, further extending their lead. The question becomes, good on that.
I gotta shoot. Stand, line, stand.
Okay, good. So Croatia was able to get that higher point value, the 10, so they threw up 1 more point. So it'll change to 119 to 117 as that 9 asterisk will change. So a 2-point advantage for the Netherlands heading into the next one.
They've lost a point to them each end.
Ivan Marques, 37 years old. And even at 37 years old, like you're saying, Crystal, in terms of experience on the world stage, they have shot together 4 times, the Croatian team. But in terms of experience in those final matches, for sure, Mario Vavro and Domagoj Budin with a little bit more than Ivan Marques.
Yeah, Domi's made World Cup finals in the past, so he's used to the final stage for sure.
Marques ranked 23rd in the world. Budin 9th. And as for Mario Vavro, 28th in the world. 20 years old. Interesting choice in equipment for Vavro. I just noticed that most people use a steel blade. He's using one of the newer composite blades. Holds up his arrow. He's wearing out that hole in the target as well. So Ivan delivers.
Just under 60 seconds left for their second half.
Keep an eye on that. When they get their other 3 arrows in. Yeah, he caught the line, but a little low. Not inside out. Mike knows that that's why he grabbed his binoculars. Great shot from Sil.
Yeah, he's shooting really well.
He opened up with a 10-9. Now he's settled in.
So they've only dropped 1 point so far.
Inside out.
Miran pucanj.
And Domagoj get up there with 25 seconds left now. Back to single digits for Ivan.
10.
Gets it off with 2 seconds remaining and delivers.
I think we see why he's shooting last.
Ja, nice jongen.
I don't even know what to say after that
Blijven
shot. It's
rijden,
just
zo.
incredible.
Ja, perfect.
Fortunately, he's got a hole over there that he just keeps finding. finding?
Ja, ik vind dat ze die van die Kroaten wel heel
Yeah, that's
snel
when you-
out hebben gecalled, die boost. Ja, ik sowieso had ik er een asterisk bij gezet. Dat ze, of ze hebben gewoon...
Gle, vidjet ćemo, suci su tamo. Gle, jedne da
No close calls on this one, but that's when you wish the judges would show up and say, okay, your target's too beat up. Let's go ahead and give you a fresh one.
For sure.
Another good look at how Mike shoots.
Just look at all the weight on that bow.
And after that first shot, where he was
wasn't
a
very
little
happy.
low, yeah. Call that glassing in archery. He took out those binoculars just to take a double, triple. The weird thing is, crystals, no matter how many times I've looked through binoculars, doesn't move the arrow. Never.
No, unfortunately.
Somebody's got to make a pair of binos that would do that.
That'd be nice.
That'd be good. So scores are in 2 points. Now the advantage for the Netherlands as we head into this final end. This is where all the pressure is going to be put on. The question, Crystal, what do you think? Is it on Croatia or is it on the Netherlands to hold on to that lead in archery?
I really think the pressure's on the Netherlands just to keep shooting what they're shooting and not start popping some nines. Croatia knows what they have to do to win the match.
And Croatia got a new target face too. On the target on the left.
That can be a good or a bad thing.
Yeah, it depends if you were pounding out, had a really good aiming spot. Both teams look loose. If you're just joining us, this is the 2018 World Archery Indoor Championships in Yankton, South Dakota. And we're shooting for the compound men's team gold. This is the final end of competition with the Netherlands leading Croatia by 2 points.
So Croatia gets to shoot first since they're down in the match.
Points. Points.
Both of those were solid arrows.
Marquesh with that pause after getting off the line. A little shocked. He really thought that was going to be in the 10 ring.
na 2 sata.
Prima, Mike. Houd rustig, hè, jongen. Blijf in het moment. Blijf een lijn stil. Net eroverheen. Heel goed schot. Doet het net gewoon, net niet. Laat me zien, Peter.
Alright, so
Nou jongens.
at this point,
Niks aan de hand.
no real damage done to the Netherlands. And it's now, there's only a 1 point advantage in this one.
So it's really anyone's game.
Vavro delivers.
Mirno unutra.
Oof,
He's lucky on that one.
he was. You can tell. Call that throwing some English there. Trying to will that arrow into that 10 ring. Oof, Marquesh a little low to the left. And that was a fierce grimace from him as he just shot 2 9s. So far, Mike Schlusser, perfect in this match. Going to keep it going. Well, you could just kind of see that in his hand, couldn't you?
Yes.
Kom aan, stil blijven in lijn.
7 for 8 on 10s for Mike.
Come on,
It's
Pete.
going to come down to this.
It comes down to this. He needs a 10 to tie, even though we still have one call for the Netherlands. That's 9 asterisks. Peter does it. So he does it. So at the moment, we're going to be tied. We're going to have to sit and listen to the judge's call, because the second arrow shot for the Netherlands is a 9-10 liner, and this could decide the match. It's either going to be a win for the Netherlands or we're going to a shoot-off.
Target 1. 10, 9, 9, 9.
There it is.
9, 10.
So it's that second call. That's a
Target
9.
10, 10. Nine,
Oof.
10, 10, 9.
So we're going to a shoot-off. 234 to 234 in this one.
Now the fun starts. Look at those faces.
Every one of these archers knows what opportunity they had in their hand when they missed that one little 10. For a moment there, I thought that third arrow for Croatia, when the judge took a good long look at that, might get called in. That would have just shifted everything to Croatia, and they would have won outright. But now, Crystal,
You'll see the targets hung horizontally now instead of vertically, and each archer will shoot 1 arrow. We get half the time we had with the 6 arrows, because it's only 3 arrows.
So it'll be 60 seconds.
And at first we'll go by score. If we're tied with score, it'll be whoever has the closest arrow to the center.
Pressure's on. We know that most of the closest to the center have been Mike Schlusser, but with that last arrow shot, he almost cleaned this match with 8 10s.
And again, it's score first, so he could shoot inside out, and it may not matter.
Right. So the stage is set now as the targets are being hung. That's for the delay. So we have the team from the Netherlands who qualified 4th for this event. We have Peter Elzinga, Sil Peter, and Mike Schlusser against Damagoj Budin, Ivan Marques, and Mario Vavro from Croatia to be crowned Team World Champions.
In het momentum, Mike.
So you'll see Netherlands gets to shoot first since they're the higher seed.
Mike trying to relax.
That's a bit of a surprise.
Mike.
Now Mario. Advantage Croatia.
Great shot.
Goeie.
Good shot by Sil.
So right now I think Croatia has the closer 10 if it comes down to that.
Mirno unutra.
Damagoj nearly committed a foul by stepping up to the line early.
Kom aan, Pete. Normaal schot, jongen.
His coach called him off.
Jouw dag, hè.
May have played with his head just a little bit.
Bam!
That 10 puts a lot of pressure.
I think that might be the closest one so far. I'm not sure.
So now it's down to Ivan Marques. Keep in mind the last 2 arrows he shot were 9s. Wow, 10, so we're tied on score. That's going to come down to the closest arrow to the center call, and Crystal, you may have called it right. For Peter Elzinga, that might be his single arrow. Scores will be checked first. This is for the gold medal in compound men's team competition. It all comes down to the closest arrow to the center.
I don't know, it's going to be close. Bringing out the calipers.
Bringing out the calipers. That'll be measured from the little X, the little spider that's in the middle.
So it's Croatia's first arrow and Netherlands' last arrow.
Same. This one.
Did she just say the same?
This one.
And she awards it to the Netherlands.
That was a close one.
That was one of the closest finals we have ever seen. Incredible match. Heartbreak for Croatia. But fine shooting as we go 234 to 234 with the closest arrow to the center coming from Peter Elzinga.
Thank you.
Wow. If your heart wasn't pounding for that one, you need to check yourself. Are you alive? Because that was spectacular team shooting.
And that's why we say compound is the sport of millimeters.
There's no doubt about it. And that one, I think it was probably less than half a millimeter. You feel heartbreak for Croatia, but just joy for the Netherlands and the way they shot. Pretty incredible, though, that after the third end of competition, the Netherlands had only dropped 2 points total. In that fourth end, they opened the door. So the Netherlands to win it shot 59, 60, 59, and then a 56, and then a tiebreaker. Some of the highlights from a spectacular gold medal compound men's team final. So that was for the bronze medal. Sorry about that. It said gold. That was for the bronze medal. That was so exciting. So you can see the Netherlands takes it on the tiebreak, and now we are set for our gold medal competition between the United States and Italy.
And this should be a great match.
Final here at the World Archery Indoor Championships in South Dakota, United States of America. Shooting for the gold medal on target 1, Italy. Viviano Mior, Alberto Simonelli, and the Sultan of Smooth, Sergio Pagni. And here come the challengers. Shooting on target number 1 for the gold medal, the United States of America, Christopher Schaaf, Tate Morgan, Jesse the Freak Show Broadwater. 24 arrows shot under the supervision of World Archery Judge Rupert Carr will decide who takes home the silver and who wins the glory of gold here in Yankton as we're about to get underway. The United States will be shooting first on target number 1. for the championship of the world.
All right, so here we go, gold medal match between these two powerhouse teams. As we look at the order of which the United States will shoot, looks like it's going to be Tate Morgan, Jesse Broadwater, and then Chris Schaff. There's no doubt that Sergio Pagny is here for a little revenge. In the World Cup final in Las Vegas, it was Jesse Broadwater who knocked him out of competition. And so he's looking to pay Jesse back a little bit, as Sergio told me with a big smile on his face, one of the nicest competitors in archery without a question.
There it is. Just a hair a little right. Nice, Jesse. Beautiful shot, man. Beautiful shot. There you go, man. Good job, guys. Very nice. Good job. Oh, it's a donut, man. Well, maybe a 32nd of an inch high.
No, scendi.
There was a card call there because Alberto Simonelli started a little early. Valuable time off the clock.
So your arrow must stay in your quiver before the time starts.
An expensive yellow card for the Italian team time-wise. 9 points on that shot.
Dentro tanto
20 years old, out of Italy, and now the anchor, Sergio Pagny.
Sultan of smooth.
Grande Sergio, grande, dai ragazzi, dai. Avvicinati un po' di più ma non toccare.
So one of the keys to look at for Italy is going to be that 51 seconds.
Nice one, Tate.
Shot by
There
Tate.
you go, bud. That was a good one.
His first time in a USA jersey.
Might have drifted just out on
Just a bit on the
Broadwater.
right.
34-year-old from Florida. Now he lives in Florida.
There it is. All right, guys. Good. Nice. Good shot, Tate.
Sì, bravo, così.
So we got that off pretty quick, so they're doing okay on time.
I think so.
Va bene, va bene. Chiamagli il tempo, Vivi, non guardare la freccia, chiamagli il tempo.
Sergio Pagny using a very interesting release aid. He actually will activate it by touching it with his thumb, and then he releases it with his thumb.
Grande, grande,
Actually, Sergio Pagny's release is backward from a lot of what people have seen. Made by Spot Hog called the Cascade. So here's a look at the violation. So Chris comes off the line, and then Simonelli loads his arrow before the actual clock starts, Crystal.
Yes, so he has to put it back into his quiver before the time, while the time's counting down. Until that enters the quiver, he can then start again. Normally an archer who's not in a wheelchair would have to come back across the line with the arrow in their quiver before they can cross back.
So one of the things that I was told in team competition is that it's critical as a shooter, especially if you're the first shooter, to look at the clock and not listen to the arrow impact the target.
Correct, correct. And if you're second or third, you're looking at the feet of the shooters coming off the line.
Oh.
So they got that arrow called in.
Yep, so the United States leads now by 2. With Italy only dropping 2 in that first. Perfect so far for the U.S. Being behind in points, Italy starts first.
So they've dropped more points now than they did in their first 2 matches.
Shot. Yep, Crystal said it, so to give you an idea, 239s for both qualification rounds, only dropping 1 point each round for the Italian team.
Seem to have settled down a bit.
Non vedi la bolla?
You can see with Pagny, he actually gets his thumb in there and activates that release. And he said people can't see it because he's got big hands and the release is very small.
Mm-hmm.
With 10. One time for the pre-show.
Good shot. Good shot, Jesse. Very nice. There it is. Good shot.
Beautiful.
Good job.
Saw Schaff on the practice range earlier and he just kind of looked at me and said, I'm not shooting very well right now. I think he fixed that.
Well, not well for them is still 10s.
Good point.
Bravo, bravo Luigi. Sempre bassa, Piano, guardatela perché è bassa. Bravo Sergio.
Sergio Pagny. Salt and smooth, like you're saying, just goes about his business. Doesn't look like he's ever under any pressure. Speaking of pressure.
There you go.
All right, so the United States had been pouring it on. Just a miscue from Tate. Throws it outside the 10 ring.
Notice Jesse really blinking a lot when he draws back. I don't know if the lighting's giving him trouble or what.
A little bit right.
looked to me like it's going to be a 9. That was out pretty far off
Yeah,
the
I
10
think
ring.
so.
But the 9-10 liner, let's listen to the
Sorry,
judge.
guys. Come on, man. These are sticks.
After 9 straight 10s, they're not going to be happy with that.
Yeah, Jesse hit right in that hole. That was on the right side. That one of yours looked like it hit a kick.
All right, so we couldn't hear the call from the judge that moment, but we're going to get the official scores as both the United States and Italy had 10-9 line calls. Okay, so it looks like the U.S. was changed to 10.
No, the U.S. was a 9. Italy got upgraded to a 10.
That's right, so now
we're
it's
tied.
117 all.
Which means the U.S. will get to start.
All right, guys, you got this.
So that means that we will go back to the original order of shooting when scores are tied. So USA will get us going once all the arrows are pulled and the field of play is cleared.
Okay, USA, just do what you do, guys. Put it in there.
USA shooting now on target number 1. We're back on the original shooting order at halfway point in this World Championship round.
You got it, Tate.
Tate back on track.
Nice. That's the way to put it in there, Tate. Nice one, Jesse.
Jesse's hanging it out to the right a little bit. Great shot by Chris
Right in
Shaw.
that hole again.
Yep.
He's hoping they don't change that target.
And by the way, off camera, I did see Jesse grab a click. Got those binoculars, he looked up at it, grabbed a click. Alberto Simonelli.
Hey, bravo Luigi. Hey.
Oof. Sergio Pagni with a 6-month-old daughter, his first time being a father. Tate just out to the right. But it's 10-9 liner.
Looked like you could have the line.
Back in that hole. That's where that arrow is so critical, that first arrow.
Chris.
So 58 on the board for the U.S., possibly a 59.
Hey, grande, grande.
Beautiful
I don't
shot.
think it gets any closer than that.
a posto adesso. Tempo.
10-9 liner on that one for Pagny. So 2 arrows in question. Let's hear what the judges have to say on this
10,
call.
10. 10, 9, 10.
Okay, so the U.S. got that 1 point back, so that'll boost them to 176.
9, 10, 10. 9, 10, 10.
Wow. So Pagny's arrow is out, so that means that the advantage will go to the United States. Should be 176 to 175 in this men's compound team gold medal match as we head into our final end of regulation.
And Italy will get to shoot first since they're down.
What a close match. Looking at Chris Schaff on his unique elite bow. That paint job, something very special that arrived just before
Vegas, and it was made special just for this World Championships.
Yep. Simonelli. That was that first shot where he
just solid as a rock.
Yeah, and hand up in the air.
That's a signal to his teammates that they're allowed to cross the line. We got some target changes. Looks like the left target for both teams.
Crystal, have you been in this situation before, especially with these targets, 40-centimeter targets, that 10 ring just 2 centimeters around, about the size of a penny in the U.S. You saw earlier on in the broadcast, it's a little smaller than a U.S. quarter, 18 meters downrange, where you just can't hit the middle on one of those, just that one target?
Oh yeah, it happens to all of us. One day it can be the middle target, one day it's the top target. There always just seems to be that one that just gives you fits.
Definitely, if you're Jesse Broadwater right now, you have to be thinking to yourself, I don't want to be the shooter that gives this one away.
For sure.
Hey, grande Luigi.
Shot by Simonelli. The fresh target face was the left target for Italy as well as the United States.
Sì! La mettergli pressione.
So Simonelli prefers to shoot the target on the right first, target on the left second. Our other two shooters, the left target first.
I think he actually shoots both of his arrows on the right target because he's on the line permanently on that right-hand side.
Oh, is that what it is? Oh, I see what you're saying, yeah.
So there's no requirement for order, or as long as there's one arrow in every target, you can pick and choose who shoots what.
So, at the moment, it's called a 10 for Tate Morgan.
Still on that right side.
But he caught it.
You got it, bud. Toe it up. Half shaft in on the right. Nice shot, Chris.
Didn't matter that there was a target change there.
Donut
Absolutely not.
Still put it in the middle.
Yep.
So the only arrow he missed was that very first arrow after probably being a little flustered.
Yep. And you're right, so Simonelli goes bottom to middle on target, the right target.
Hey.
All right, that Sergio is the only shooter that actually has to cross. It's not that far, but it's still a little bit of an angle.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit more difficult shot, even indoor at 18 meter.
Bravo Sergio!
Makes it look easy on that one.
Devono far 29 per vincere. Non devono far 27, devono far 29 per
vincere.
I saw a little bobble there right before your shot broke.
Good job, man.
Lots to the left on that one, but it catches.
Those flicks paid off.
A 10 to win for Chris Shaw from the United States. 4 gold.
Assuming that first arrow is in.
He does it. So the win awarded to the United States for gold in the compound men's team. But we're going to wait till we hear this judge call.
10-10.
That's
9-10-10.
it. That was the call we were looking for, that very first arrow. It wasn't an asterisk on our screen.
10-10. 10-10.
Yep, so 59-59. So that 1 point advantage for the United States after end number 3 captures them the gold medal. So congratulations to the United States. They'll stand on the top
compound titles, team titles
today.
All 4. Men's, women's, senior, junior.
Pretty strong program we have here in the United States for compound. It also helps, I think, that the 2018 World Archery Indoor Championships was held right here in the United States in Yankton, South Dakota, as well as being just a little bit more than a week after Las Vegas. But that also allowed a lot of these athletes like Sergio Pagni and his team to come on over. They all flew over together as a team, the Italian team.
Yeah, most teams came directly from Vegas, had a couple extra days here to start.
Let's take a look at the highlights as we wrap things up for team competition here from the NFA Easton Yankton Archery Center as we transition into our individual matches. Good look at Tate Morgan in his first time wearing the United States of America jersey for the team, and Chris Shaw, who delivered in the end that final 10, securing an outright victory and not forcing a shoot-off with Italy. All 3 shooters telling me they understood how difficult and how formidable the Italians were in the compound team. Good look at the rankings at the end. So it's USA, Italy, Netherlands, Croatia, France, Islamic Republic of Iran in 5th place. So with team competition now completely in the books until 2 years from now, we get a good shot at the crowd. Crystal, I mean, it's Monday in Yankton, and honestly, a good crowd has come on out to check out this fantastic event. When the world arrived in Yankton, South Dakota, I cannot stress it enough that this place, this NFA Easton Yankton Archery Center, is a spectacular place to come shoot.
Yeah, and the community really supports archery. I mean, we've gone out to the restaurants, to bowling, and everywhere we go, they ask if we're Team USA, if we're part of the archery, and the community just really gets excited about it.
The governor was here. The mayor comes. The governor's terming out, actually, for South Dakota, so they actually had some people running to replace the current governor here as well, campaigning, which was actually kind of amusing because it was campaigning, you know, to European athletes. But a good look at the outside of the NFA National Headquarters and Museum. And of course, attached is this fantastic archery center where you can shoot 90 meters indoor. Let's get to our next match. Oh, let's get to our ceremony. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, the victory ceremony for the compound men's team event. medals will be presented by World Archery Executive Board member Greg Easton. The gifts will be presented by Yankton Area Chamber of Commerce Executive Director Carmen Schramm. Bronze medal representing Netherlands. Peter Elzinga. Sil Potter. Mike Schlusser. Silver medal representing Italy. Viviano Mior. Sergio Pagni. Alberto Simonelli. Gold medalists, world champions, the United States of America. Jesse Broadwater. Tate Morgan. Christopher Schaff. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the national anthem of the United States of America. Please congratulate our champions, ladies and gentlemen. And still ahead, the individual matches, which will be getting underway shortly.
All right, so congratulations to the United States. Crystal, you said it, so 4 for 4 in team. Compound competition for the U.S. That's junior women's, and junior men's and men's. So
on the
they'll
recurve
enjoy
side,
that.
it was Ukraine taking out every team.
Now, critical to the success of archers in archery are coaches. Some aspire to coach and some just fall into it. Here's more about coaching in archery.
It wasn't a wish or a vision that I now want to be a coach. I was an athlete and I missed out on the 2008 Olympic Games, and there was a possibility of coaching. So I would like to try and see if it was something I would like to do. And after 1 year, some successes, and I'm still here.
I didn't aspire to become a coach. I went to a structural engineering school, but I was asked if I could be an assistant on the junior team, and that's the way I rolled into the national coaching staff and grew into that. So now I'm here.
The summertime is the most important time of the year in archery because the competitions outdoors are really important, like the Olympic Games. So in winter times we work a lot on technique, and in the summer times it's more the mental part.
Here coaching is purely mental. They all know how to shoot. They did it 10,000 of times, but it's just to keep them focused and keep them in a positive mindset and keep the archers looking forward to the next shot, and that's really, really mental. Because here it's not a place anymore to focus on technique. Well, you coach on technique, but only to keep them in a positive mindset.
If you see the level here, the guys who are in the finals, the level is so high, so the difference isn't the technique or isn't the equipment. The difference is the form of the day and the stability in the mind.
Prior to the match, it's mostly just enjoy and trust your shots, because Sheffy doesn't need to be super tidy in his shots to shoot tens. So he just has to believe that when the pace is good, then the tens will come.
All right, great bit of information there. Let's take a look at our brackets as we head into these individual matches. It's the compound women. And for our bronze medal match, we have Canadian Don Grasko versus Sarah Soniksen from Denmark.
Number 1 ranked in the world.
Number 1 ranked in the world. And let's get to this match.
Shooting for the bronze medal, representing Denmark, ranked number 1 in the world, Sarah Soniksen. Here comes her opponent. Shooting for the bronze medal on target number 1, the pride of the Great White North, Don Grasko. Line judge for the match is Guillermina Garcia. And it'll be Don Grasko shooting first on target number 1 as we're about to get underway.
A banner day for Don Grasko from Canada at 50 years old to face off against the world number 1 archer. Just for good measure, Don's ranked 131st in the world.
Yeah, she's out there just having fun. No pressure on her.
I love how George called her the pride of the Great White North. It's fantastic. All of Canada should be tuning in to our live feed right now.
Stærk skud lige mod midten. Masser af tid.
Yep. And that's Martin Damsbo you'll hear in the coach's box for Sarah.
Here. Okay. Go get this. Right down the pipe. Here. Here.
Værsgo.
Don't worry. Don't worry.
Stærk skud. Lige mod midten. Yep. Sweet.
Solid 10. So Grasco may be fighting a little bit of nerves. This on such a center stage. So she's been here earlier in team competition, but
it's a different individual, that's for sure.
Sarah Sonicson delivering with a 29.
Talking about you again. Pride of the Great White North. That's awesome. So good. Okay. Yeah. So remember to breathe, ear, follow through, break it clean. Clean.
I think in Canadian style, Dawn just has to send it. She just needs to send it. So Dawn shooting off against #1 in the world. I mean, this is as an archer myself, this would be a dream come true for me to be in this position.
Yeah, I think she said the last time she was in a finals match in 2011 it was team, so this may be her first individual finals match.
Hun starter again.
Obviously, Sarah's been here a couple times.
Couple times. All right, so 5 ends in this competition, 3 each, 3 arrows each end. You have 20 seconds to shoot your arrow. We're starting end number 2. Sonicson leads 2 points over Grasco.
9.
Great shot by Dawn.
Side out, sweetheart. Beautiful
She
shot.
found the 10.
May I please have another?
God power, lige mod midten. Arbejd med det. Yep.
There's the answer.
God buarm.
Ear. Clean on the break.
Værsgo.
Okay.
Crystal and I both taking a close look at the television leaning in.
Stærkt skud. Arbejd med det. Yep.
No question about that one.
Rigtig god buarm.
Let's go get this. Break it clean. Here. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
Beautiful under pressure.
Beauty.
Yeah, you could see her shaking a little there at the end, trying to get that off.
Was I loud
Lige
enough
mod
for you?
midten.
Okay.
Arbejd med det.
Okay. Good job.
Ooh, Sarah threw that one. So let's take a look at this line call. It'll be Dawn's second arrow. Listen to the judges.
Beautiful. Beautiful shots. All 3 of them.
10, 9, 10. Target 2, 10,
That smile says it
10, 9.
It's close. It's close. It's close.
If you're familiar from watching Sarah outdoors, you'll notice she's made a couple changes with her release. Struggled a little bit indoors, she said, but she knows it's going to be better long run, so she's sticking with it.
In like the actual release itself, or the way she activates the release?
The way
or?
she activates it.
Det kan du arbejde med på et andet tidspunkt.
Sarah, you can see pretty loose. Grasco trying to give her a run for her money here. Only 2 points separate the two. There's still 3 ends to go.
Let's go get this, Dawn.
A lot of arrows left.
Fuld fokus.
Right down the pipe.
I think your coach wants her to put it right down the pipe.
Dawn just out of 10 right there on the left side.
Stærkt skud. Hele vejen. Arbejd med det.
Sarah slams the 10 right here.
Fint skud. God power.
Another 9.
Værsgo.
Left-hand side.
Sarah trying to relax a little bit. This is no gimme.
Arbejd med det hele vejen. Lige mod midten. Yep.
No, but you got to be careful not to relax too much.
Yeah.
Ear. Straight back. Break it clean.
Beautiful shot.
Værsgo.
Don Grasco.
Good arrow. Great arrow.
Stærkt skud. Bliv ved med at arbejde med det.
Low.
both of those were in the same spot.
Yep.
A little tight.
So 9-9. So same score across the board for both athletes in this end, 28s each. Sarah Sonicson, of course, 23 years of age from Denmark.
Okay, so that's your timing right now.
Execute.
Yeah.
So it's like
So how many steps you got today? Have you looked to see how many steps? No, you haven't looked. It's going to be a little less, right? Because you're not walking back and forth. So, yeah. So break these clean. 10 seconds.
Good strategy by the coach there. Don't you think, Chris, to try to distract? Yeah, distract her from all that's going on in this venue.
Yeah, there's a lot of archers who don't want their coach to say anything about archery to them. They just want to talk about their dog or their kids. Or
yeah, we heard some stuff about a car.
Okay, so let's go get this. Nice and clean. Straight back.
And number 4 of 5, as 50-year-old Don Grasco from Canada, squaring off against the world number 1, 23-year-old Sarah Sonicson for bronze individual.
Nice and clean. There you go. Nice shot.
Good shot from the accountant, Grasco.
Bliv ved med at arbejde med det.
still low. That's 3 arrows in a row down there.
There you go. Okay, here we go.
Boy, a 10 here for Grasco could really make a statement.
Straight back. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4.
Could see Sarah deciding whether she wanted to give it clicks or not.
Stærkt skud. Hele vejen. Bliv ved med at arbejde. Bliv ved med at arbejde. Yep.
She got that one.
So generally, 10 seconds. That one was a little on the.
So no close calls on our board to look at from the judges.
Det det handler om, det er bare, at du skal bare lige nyde det og arbejde med det, som du siger, nu står det stille. Ikke? Altså, det er jo...
Awesome, great to hear.
Men det er også derfor, du skal blive ved med det.
Atta girl.
Det gælder for hver eneste pige. Ny pige, hver gang. Din bane, din vej.
Straight in that, right in the hole. Right down the pipeline. Good breath. Breathe. Ear. Ear. Break them clean. Let's shoot us some 10s. Let's go get us some 10s. Let's go get this.
Coach knows best.
18, a good draw.
Final end of regulation.
10, 9, 8.
Wow, that was great with as much as her front arm was shaking there.
Atta girl.
Stærkt skud hele vejen. Bliv ved med at arbejde.
Wow.
Here we go.
She
Crystal,
looks rock solid.
Crystal, we're all tied up in score. It's 123, 123.
It is. 2 arrows left to shoot.
10, 9, 8.
Wow. Pressure is on.
Let's go, Don.
Sarah needs a 10 here.
Hele vejen. Bliv ved med at arbejde.
We have the possibility of the upset of the tournament, as 131st in the world could upset number 1.
10, 9.
It's So a 10 for Sarah will tie this match. And we're going to go to a shoot-off. A 9 in the bronze to Don Grosco.
Yep.
Whoa. That is a close one right there. That's a 9-10 liner. We're going to have to listen to the judges. Let's listen in to what they have to say on this one.
Target 1. 10, 10, 9.
Confirmation of 29 for Don Grosco from Canada.
9, 9. 9.
There it is, the 9 for Sarah Sonicson.
Your level looks pretty good, though. I was watching your level, and I was like, it looks pretty steady. So.
They don't know it yet down at the line, but that's going to be the upset. Don Grosco, 50 years old from Canada, ranked 131st in the world. Just won a bronze medal at the World Archery Indoor Championships in Yankton, South Dakota.
And that was beating Paige, Linda, and Sarah. So she didn't have an easy road to get there in the first place.
Hey, Martin. Thank you. Sarah, bring it in.
Good job. Thank you.
Come here, Sarah. Thank you. Thank you.
That's the highlight of her career.
Hey. Great job.
Wow. So 142, good enough to win bronze. What a shoot off. It looked at the beginning that Sarah Sonicson was in control of this. Don Grosco, the accountant from Canada, makes it happen, and she will have her opportunity to stand on the podium here in Yankton, South Dakota. Congratulations to Don. So Pride of the Great White North makes it happen. She sent it. All right, so here's a look at the brackets for the compound women. As we saw that Don Grosco made it into the bronze medal match and was able to defeat Sarah Sonicson by 1. So gold next, but as we set the stage for our gold medal match, some quick sounds from the archers competing and how they felt about shooting for the title of world champion.
Of course, I'm really happy. I was expecting this. I really work hard, and I think I deserve it. I'm always believe in myself. I'm really happy.
I don't think about the gold final. I think about only my work, only my country, and for my teammate.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the athletes to the field for the compound women's individual gold medal match. Shooting for the gold medal here at the World Championship on target number 2, representing the Russian Federation. Please welcome Natalia Avdieva. And here comes her opponent. Shooting for the gold medal on target number 1, representing Turkey, ranked number 4 in the world, Yesim Bostan. "15 arrows shot under the supervision of World Archery judge Nina Hersik will decide which of these 2 competitors becomes champion of the world here in South Dakota."
All right, so you heard a
We
champion
are
of the
about to
world
start with Ms.
on
Bostan of
line.
Turkey, shooting first on target
On the
number
line
1.
is
Former
Yashim
World Junior
Bostan.
Champion, 13-time World Cup competitor, and 4-time World
We'll start us
Championship
off.
competitor. Opening arrows at 9.
No coach in the box for Avdieva. So far, so good. Yashim now able to find that 10 ring.
Solid 30. That's what you want to start with.
You can see that Natalia Avdieva, coachless in this one. You saw it in the team round as well, as she stands alone on the floor. She was kind of coaching in the team match earlier. So Natalia Avdieva, a solid 30 to kick this thing off. A good look at Yashim Bostan. Now also keep in mind that for Bostan, she's the only archer of the 6 archers we have left to compete. She's the only one of those that didn't get into the team round, hasn't been on this stage yet this weekend. So for
saw her open with 2 9s.
Yeah, exactly. So you would expect to get some advice from the coach, maybe a click or two here on the site to get herself dialed in, especially once the nerves settle down. Cumulative scoring in compound archery, every arrow matters. It is.
İyi duruyorsun işim şu an. Bravo. Aynı şekilde. İyi geldi sağ tarafın. Güven kendine.
A little low for a 9 call. You saw Avdieva grab a click of her sight.
So everything of hers has been on the right side, it looks like.
Ten liner on that one. Looks like it's going to be called a 10. So for this end, archers equaling in score, 56 apiece.
9, 9, 10.
Or 28 for 56 for Bostan. Avdieva, 28, but her 30 will hold her 2-point advantage. See Avdieva having a conversation with herself on what she needs to do. Sometimes, most of the time, it's self-coaching, isn't it, for archers who shoot alone a lot?
Yeah, especially once you've been on the stage a couple times. You know what to expect. quick shot. I don't think she was quite settled in on the target.
Güzel iş. Bravo. Aşağı bak.
9 points.
Vallahi atalım. Devam.
Looks like Abdieva has just lost the groove of that first end.
Aşağı mı baktın? Normal baktın.
Wow, so a point drop there for Abdieva. Yashim Bostan, 22 years old, currently ranked 4th in the world, has been on a tear as of late. In World Archery competition between World Championships, World Cup, multi-sport events, she's competed in 77 matches, winning 49 and 64%. A good look at her shooting style, and a quick look at the monitors to see where that arrow landed.
One thing a little different here at indoors, you don't have the TV monitors right in front of you like we're used to in a finals match to look down and see our arrows, so we're see the archers having to look up on the big screens.
Haydi. Haydi Yeşim, haydi. Haydi iyi atış. Güzel güzel atış güzel. Al nişan ya. Al aşağıya.
10. 2-1 lead.
That 10 extends Abdieva's lead by 2.
9.
Now for those of you at home seeing these arrows, you know, a couple 9s in a row, it's really millimeters, just that little bit of nerves put you out of the 10 ring.
9-10 liner.
Right back on track. So for Yashim, there's one arrow there in question. We'll listen in on the judges.
But that really could be the turning point in the match, that end. If it's a 30 to a 27.
Eğer son nokta eminsen.
So she got it called in.
All right, so 9-9-9-10.
At 1 point may not seem like a lot, but it is huge going into the last end. 3 points.
Let's take a look at the replay of Natalia Abdieva. Abdieva just with a classic style of compound.
Beautiful shot there. See her hand come back off the release. Bow moves forward. Just a beautiful shot.
And continues that shot with her eyes. Very important in archery. Keep looking at that target even after the arrows landed. Behind it, points by 3. Bostan kicks us off.
See a little bit of a laugh from her now. Sometimes you get those matches.
4 gold. Natalia Abdieva is pouring it on right now.
Bravo, bravo. Hadi daha hiçbir şey bitmedi. Son noka kadar devam.
So 4-point lead going into the last arrow.
All right, well, she did what she can in this final end of competition. Last throw of regulation.
Just needs to basically hit the target of 7 to win.
Oh, and she does it in fine style. What a way to win a gold and a fist
Great
pump.
finish.
for the Russian,
60.
Natalia Avdieva.
Oh,
Great 60 to finish the match. That was beautiful.
So Natalia Avdieva, with no coach in the box, having a great go at it, 145 score. Just that third end kind of caught her out a little bit with that 27, but she'll win with a perfect 30, a 28, 27 in the third end, and then, as we say, X'd out from there, hit the 10 ring in her last 6 shots.
Great competitor, great archer, really works hard, so happy to see that for her.
So the crowd pleased to watch that match for gold between Yashim Bostan and Natalia Avdieva of Russia. So you can see it'll be Avdieva from Russia on the top, Turkey's Bostan in second place, and Don Grosco defeating Sarah Sonicson for third. What an amazing match that was. Really, both matches have been fantastic.
That was just pure domination by Natalia in that match, from start to finish.
Let's take a look at some of the highlights from this match. As we saw Avdieva in the first end and the fourth and fifth end put on a shooting clinic on how it's supposed to be done. 2 centimeters wide at 18 meters downrange, that 10 ring. And Natalia Avdieva is able to snag 10 of them.
Love to see that emotion.
Fantastic. And next up, the podium ceremony.
Ladies and gentlemen, victory ceremony for the compound women's event. The medals will be presented by World Archery Secretary General Tom Dillon. The gifts and Longines Champions Watch will be presented by the Yankton Convention and Visitors Bureau Director, Casey Haberman. Bronze medal winner, representing Canada, Dawn Groshko. Silver medalist, representing Turkey, Yasim Bostan. Gold medal, champion of the world, Natalia Avdieva of the Russian Federation. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the national anthem of the Russian Federation. Please give a warm round of applause to our athletes. And still ahead, the compound men's individual bronze and gold medal matches before we wrap things up here after an eventful week in Yankton.
All right, so congratulations to Natalia Avdieva, the pride of Kaliningrad in Russia, the 29-year-old coming all the way to Yankton, South Dakota, and taking it. All right, let's take a look at the brackets as now we transition to the compound men's matches. And first up, of course, will be bronze. As you take a look at two Americans, Chris Schaff and Jesse Broadwater, will face off against each other and their paths to the bronze medal. So this is going to be an exciting match, as just moments ago, really, if you think about it, they were teammates winning gold. Now, head-to-head competition to square off to see who will be the lone shooter who walks away with the bronze.
Shooting for the bronze medal on target number 2, representing the United States of America, Jesse the Freak Show Broadwater. And here comes his challenger. Shooting for the gold medal on target number 1, representing the United States of America, Chris the Sharpshooter Schaff. Once again, 15 arrows, supervised by World Archery judge Jarn Strandby, will deciding which of these shooters are going to take the bronze medal home. It's going to be Chris Schaff shooting first on target number 1.
So Chris Schaff will shoot on target number 1 and kick things off with, wow, gold teammate Tate Morgan in the coach's box for Chris Schaff.
Good shot.
Good alignment, just a little bit low. Give me a count from 10 seconds. Okay.
Yeah, you bet it.
Nice, Jesse.
Words of encouragement from Coach Tate.
You had to know this was going to be a close one, Greg.
Of course.
Are there any questions?
Nothing worse as a competitor, in my opinion, than shooting against a teammate. Just, it's tough.
No, I don't think I ever asked you how you want me to, if you got low on seconds. Like when it gets to 2, just say, just fling it.
You got a nice little nickname there.
3? Okay. All right. I got it. Good deal, man. Well, we're giving the
Good replay of Chris Schaff and his style of shooting. He's really come on strong in the last 2 seasons.
Yeah, he shot World Games, World Championships, been on the World Cup team.
Won Nîmes, indoor.
Made the finals in Vegas.
Chris winning Mexico City on the team competition with the United States. Good shot.
He's actually the only member of both our outdoor and indoor World Championship team.
Nice. Good one.
So who's going to blink first?
It's in there.
All right, so for Broadwater, we have a line call on that one. Crystal, we saw on Jesse's bow that he's got a little cover that's on the side of his bow. What is that? Right there on the right part.
So that's the scope cover, and you'll see a lot of particularly field shooters when they take it off their bow, hang it there to shoot their arrows, so they can put it right back on to avoid dust, rain, and I'm sure for Jesse it's just a habit.
It's also a good little sponsor plug, honestly.
Yeah.
10.
So that 9-10 liner for Jesse Broadwater called in as a 10. So all tied up at 60 points apiece. Heading into the third end. Crystal, you called it. This is the match that we expected to see. So this is going to be two of the most talented archers in the world without question. And a good look at the steely-eyed focus of Chris Schaff from Billings, Montana. And the very relaxed style of Jesse Broadwater. Back to live action.
You see Chris much more explosive. You should see Jesse just calm, cool, and relaxed.
Good job, Jesse.
10.
There you go. There you go.
Wow.
Making it look easy.
Making it look easy. It's like another day at the office. At least Jesse looked over at Chris and gave him a little smile.
Yeah, it's all up in the line. Well, you have two arrows that are just a little bit high in the middle target. But everything
You also
else
notice
is
Jesse's
busting right where
shoelaces
it's
there, the pink and the blue. That's shout out to his kids at home watching. I know he does that, so they know he's thinking of them.
Hey, as long as the crowd's happy, you know, it's doing good.
Absolutely. Jesse tried a new quiver recently. That's a 3D printed quiver. Good shot at Jesse Broadwater, and the follow-through that he has, I mean, absolutely textbook. Again, another look at the target. It's a 40-centimeter target, just to give you an idea of the size of a U.S. quarter. That's the size of the 10-ring that they're shooting 18 meters down range. So the fact that these archers are repeatedly putting it inside out as well is absolutely incredible. The arrows they're shooting by USA Archery and World Archery regulations is a 23 diameter arrow. You can't go any larger than that. Let's get back to live action as Chris Schaff starts off. No one has missed one yet.
Oh.
That's the commentator's curse. My apologies, Chris.
Yes.
Nice job, Jesse.
Good look at that bow of Chris Schaff. One of 2 in existence. Good shot.
The other one is held by a junior on the U.S. team as well.
Yeah, Curtis Broadnax. It's got the Constitution painted into that paint job on that elite.
There it is, inside out.
Donut.
That's a beauty.
Just out.
So Chris isn't going to be happy with that end. Jesse kept the hammer down.
Your first one's for sure.
Clean through 4 ends.
Your first one is.
Nice. That's where they need to be. Hey. I think I have to touch him first. It's a law. It's like a law.
First miss of the match goes to Chris Schaff. First arrow of the 4th end, and he knows it immediately. Broadwater, business as usual. Just delivering groceries like he always does.
So will that end be the difference?
So the diameter of arrows we're talking about is 9.3 millimeters. That's the international metric system, of course.
That was back to his rhythm that we saw previously.
Nice.
Right, at this point, if you're Jesse Broadwater, you're thinking to yourself, shoot off at least. Good job by Chris.
Good job, bud.
Now this is where Jesse starts thinking, just don't do anything stupid.
Yeah.
Just be smart.
10, 10, 10.
9 to win. Can Broadwater clean it with a 150? He does it! Wow! What a bronze medal match! A perfect score for Jesse Broadwater, the freak show. Shooting that Matthews TRX 38. And just a couple flinches from Chris Schaff, and just like that. And I'll tell you what, Crystal. Chris didn't hand the bronze medal to Jesse by shooting those 2 nines. Jesse earned it by shooting a perfect 150.
In a final setting, 20 seconds each. I mean, that's just incredible.
So congratulations to Jesse. I'm sure he's asking himself, where was that when I got eliminated? When the person who eliminated him was Sergio Pagni, when Jesse shot a 147. Let's take a look at some of these highlights and just the textbook approach that Jesse Broadwater takes in his shooting.
Every shot just looks identical.
And he works hard at it though, doesn't he?
Yes.
Jesse spends a lot of time at home shooting, a lot of time tuning, very accessible over Facebook. Everyone who asks him questions, he always gets back to it. He is the epitome of good sportsmanship in archery, isn't he?
Oh, definitely, definitely. One of the nicest guys out there.
No question. So congratulations to our bronze medal, Jesse Broadwater. As we take a look at that crowd. Before we dive into our final match, we had a chance to talk to the men competing for the world champion title about their opportunity.
I'm going forward. I'm going to do my best and see what up. Of course, when I have it this time, I want to become the world champion, so we will see.
Well, Mikey is a perfect man, so he make the 600 for the first time in the world, and for sure, he is a good shooter, indoor, and will be very fun this final. So normally I never think about the opponent. I just thinking only about me. But knowing that there is Mikey on the other side, probably I have to score 150.
Ladies and gentlemen, our final match of the 2018 World Archery Indoor Championships is now. Shooting for the championship of the world, representing Italy, the Sultan, Sergio Pagni. And here comes his opponent. Shooting for the championship of the world on target number 1, representing the Netherlands, world record holder, world champion, Mike Schlusser. 15 arrows shot under the supervision of World Archery Judge Ahmed Arushdi will decide which of these 2 past world champions becomes the current world champion.
So here we go. We are set for our final match of the 2018 World Archery Indoor Championships. Coming at you from Yankton, South Dakota, the NFA Easton Yankton Archery Center. And these 2 fantastic archers are set to square off for the gold medal. I'm with Crystal Govan, formerly ranked number 2 female compound archer in the world, now chasing her dreams for Olympic gold in recurve. Crystal, this is going to be a high-intensity match right here.
Yes, it will.
Nieuw schot, hè. 15 keer opnieuw.
Oof. Good start for Sergio inside out.
Doet het wel. Nieuw schot, hè.
DH8.
Oof, that one looks a little low to me. That's going to be a 9 for Sergio.
Blijf nog op. Gewoon werken. Niks anders dan werken. Geduld hebben bij het start.
9.
Prima. Goed schot. Allemaal wat laag.
DH8.
Gewoon rechts.
So Sergio answers the
Ja, nee, prima.
shooting of Mike Schlusser.
Niks meer dan die duim erop.
Schlusser looked like he had an opportunity to gain a point on the Italian Pagni.
Waar die zit, zit hij.
You'll notice both archers have backup bows. That's because in a finals match you don't have an equipment failure time. You have to be able to just grab another bow and keep shooting.
So if you're just joining us on our feed, here's a look at Sergio Pagni, our 7th place qualifier. He shot a 595 out of 600 to get here. And this is Mike Schlusser from the Netherlands. He look a little punchy to you on that replay?
A little bit. I know he's had trouble in the past, fought through it, and might be struggling a little bit again.
Tell us a little bit about that.
When you see an archer with a trigger release and their thumb kind of comes off and then kind of pounds on the trigger, that's usually a sign they're struggling a little bit.
But look at the backup bow Crystal was talking about.
een beetje
That was a
laag.
much more
Schot op.
relaxed shot with
Heel lekker
him.
die duim erop. Oh, weer opnieuw.
10, 5, 4, 3.
Good shot by Sergio.
Goed die duim erop.
Big breath of relief from Sergio.
Blijven werken. Prima. Steeds een beetje laag.
Grande Sergio, grande.
Duim er goed op. Blijf maar werken. Prima.
So there we go. For Mike, 30.
Nee, dat je gewoon thuis staat op van je, hè? Recht geschoten.
10.
That one was out. Sergio, they're officially calling it a 10-9 liner, but I think from where we're sitting, it looks like a pretty...
You can definitely see some yellow there.
Controleren op rechtheid.
So Sergio's 9 is confirmed, so 1 point advantage now for Mike Schlusser from the Netherlands. Let's take a look at Mike Schlusser's shooting, number 3 in the world, 24-year-old, and his style, Crystal. A little different, say, from Jesse Broadwater that we saw, where Mike has a little tilt in his head, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's got the lean back. You see he's got a lot more weight on his bow, so you see slight lean back away from the target.
Looks
Good to see on that tight shot of the release there that he just wanted to hold the bow up.
10 points.
So that's a 9-star.
Yeah, that's a 9.
10.
10 on the line.
Looks like a good 10 on the line, cutting the line.
Verder niks. Op je gemakje, tijd zat. Prima schot.
No question about
That's
that.
the middle.
Spider.
Op naar de volgende.
Sergio, dai.
Duim er goed op. Blijven werken. Op je gemakje, tijd zat.
So we're all tied up after that 9 by Mike Schlusser. So for that end, 28-29, judges will have a closer look to confirm.
Ten, 9.
Wow. So it's a 10-10-9.
9, 10.
So we didn't expect that because we didn't see an asterisk in the scoring, but the scoring will be changed for Mike. So it should take him up to 88 points, and so he'll still have that 1 point advantage as we head into the 4th of 5 ends.
Mike?
In this
Sergio will start the shooting off.
First, yep. Behind in points, the shooter is the first to shoot. Looks like they're going to do a target change already for Mike Schlusser.
Yeah, I think he had a pretty big hole down on the bottom side. Getting tough to call the lines.
This is the compound men's gold medal match. The World Archery Indoor Championships 2018 in Yankton, South Dakota. And with 2 ends remaining in this shoot-off, it's to be crowned world champion. The other archer involved, guaranteed a silver medal. 6 arrows remaining for each archer.
Normale schoten.
10.
Yes.
Dai, grande Sergio, grande.
Helemaal goed op. En bewegen. Meer niet. Prima jongen. Klaar met deze. Op naar de volgende.
Dieci.
Ruim er goed op.
Netherlands would love this title. They won the recurve men yesterday. They get the compound men, that would be 2 out of 2.
Afsluiten van deze, op naar de volgende.
And Mike Schlusser building a case right now with that 10.
10.
Gewoon duim er goed op. Meer hoef je niet te doen. De rest komt vanzelf. Blijf maar bewegen.
So Mike right now on the screen, the first arrow. Question, let's listen in on the judge and see. Oh, looks like she walked up and called all 10s.
10, 9, 10.
So it looks like Mike's score will be changed to a perfect 30. Would take his advantage out to 2 points, 118 to 116.
I'll just change this one.
Another target change. This time for Sergio Pagni from Italy. Another good look at Mike's style of shooting.
You can see how far forward on his thumb the button is of the trigger. You see a lot of archers with the trigger back much further into the webbing, right where their thumb meets the palm of their hand. So Mike's got that right in the front. He's able to push down on that pretty easily when he gets under pressure.
Okay, so here we go, the final end of competition. Sergio Pagni from Italy, the newly crowned father, 6-month-old daughter back home, 2 points back. He's got to shoot perfect here to give himself a chance. That's the way he kicked things off.
As we've seen, anything can happen.
Anything can happen.
Nog 2, dat je thuis op de club staat. Gewoon bewegen, duim er goed op. Maak contact.
Big cackle from the audience right at the wrong time.
Meer niet. Prima. Ja, het staat jongens. Prima.
Sergio's going to wish he had that last arrow back.
No question.
Jongen. Niet denken aan resultaat, alleen maar je schot focussen. Laat maar zien. Duim er goed op.
They're calling it a 10.
Duim er goed op. Meer niet. Gewoon bewegen, meer niet. Laat me zien jongen. Laat me zien, bewegen.
All Mikey needed to do was hit the gold. And look, look at the look on Mike's face.
That's
wow.
What that is.
Oh, nice, man.
He tried so hard to give that one away.
Wow.
Congratulations.
We wait for the official word from the judge. As Mike already has his hands in the air, and it's confirmed. The new world champion for indoor archery, Mike Schlusser, does it in fine style on a heart attack of a last arrow. But he catches the gold, and that's all he needed to win the gold here in Yankton. So congratulations. 146 to 145. Takes it.
Oh, ik stap te trillen op mijn benen, man.
What entertainment we saw here from the 2018 World Archery Indoor Championships. Coming at you from Yankton, South Dakota in this NFA Easton Yankton Archery Center. we saw an incredible performance in the bronze medal match for the men's compound by Jesse Broadwater. The only person in the center stage, here in this venue to shoot a perfect score.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible.
Here's highlights from our matches. This particular match saw gold medal being awarded to Mike Schlusser, who started off with a 29 and then he cleaned it in the second, a 29 in the third end, cleaned it again in the fourth, and shot 28 to hold on to win the World Championship. And what a big sigh of relief, and he knew that one was going someplace funky. But it caught the gold, enough for him to win it. And a look at the final rankings for men's compound here at the 2018 World Archery Indoor Championships. Sergio Pagni will take silver. And there you have a host of Americans. Jesse Broadwater, gold. Chris Schaff in fourth. Tate Morgan, Tate Coach in fifth. Now let's go to the podium ceremony.
Ladies and gentlemen, victory ceremony for the Compound Men's Championship event. Medals will be presented by World Archery First Vice President Mario Scarcella. The Gifts and Longines Champions Watch will be presented by National Field Archery Association Events Director Brittany Salonen. Bronze medalists representing the United States of America. Jesse Broadwater. Silver medal representing Italy. Sergio Pagni. Gold medalist, champion of the world, representing Netherlands. Mike Schlusser. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the national anthem of the Netherlands. Please congratulate our athletes, ladies and gentlemen. What a week it has been here in Yankton. Thank you to all the teams participating. Congratulations to the local organizing committee and all the amazing volunteers here in South Dakota for delivering an outstanding indoor World Championship event. I'd like you all to stay here with us for the next few minutes as we will be having the official closing ceremony for this 13th Archery World Indoor Championship.
Well, we saw some spectacular shooting here today at the 2018 World Archery Indoor Championships from Yankton, South Dakota. We certainly hope that you enjoyed the coverage. Congratulations to all the athletes that came out and played at this competition. From the NFA Easton Yankton Archery Center, I'm Greg White. For Crystal Gobbin and the rest of the crew here for World Archery, thank you so much for joining us on our coverage, and we'll see you next time.